This is my passion presentation. I will be talking about why I ride bikes. Well, most people just drive. So if this speech resonates with you, I hope you can put a positive comment. So I learned to ride a bike when I was about 7 years old. My range was, from the backyard to the end of the block. A couple years later, it was a few more blocks. By the time I was 12 or 13, I was riding around the entire neighborhood and even to school. My bike was my source of freedom. It allowed me to escape from my parents, and even allowed me to interact with my friends a lot more without my parents, being in the next room. It was kind of just a wonderful source of freedom. Then I turned 18, graduated high school, got a driver's license, had access to a car. Now I had a new definition of freedom. I hope this you can relate to this, a source of freedom in a way. But when I turned 18, I saved up some money, and I could buy either one or two things: a new computer or just a new bike. My dad never let me really play video games when I was young, so I went to the latter and bought a computer, because you can't play video games on a bike. But it wasn't until university again, after I stopped biking for a few years, that I realized it takes a really long time to bike and to drive, because traffic and other stuff. But my dad gave me his old bike because it fit me. It was actually electric. It's kind of faster than a normal one. But as a young kid, I was able to see the advantages of biking way before I could even use a car. I feel like everyone wants a car. Usually seeing people ride bikes are kind of weird. Seeing people in tights, or you might see them as just being cheapskates. Or you could even see them as someone you just have to, dodge on the road because they'd be taking up traffic lanes. You don't want to hit them. See, what was strange for me was that I was starting to learn that bikes was something everyone can do. It's kind of hard to, buy a car. It's really unaffordable right now. You can imagine the benefits. So I want to be talking specifically about the efficiency of bikes. In fact, some people say it's actually the most efficient human-powered machine ever built. The design's awesome, and it hasn't changed in over 100 years. It's kind of crazy. But a lot of things went into, the engineering of it. For instance, the tubes for the tires, and even, the chains, which is kind of crazy. But the manufacturing process that we use in industries all over the world today started with bikes. And fun fact, the Wright brothers, people who made planes, before they even made planes, they owned bike shops. Kind of crazy. It's not just about how, cool the design is, it's also a really efficient machine. Did you know 98.6% of energy put into pedaling of a bike is transferred into motion? Basically meaning that if you're an average person, or just you're able to ride a bike 3 miles with only 100 calories. That means if you're an SF and you eat a pack of peanuts, you could get from Stonestown all the way to Golden Gate Park and back. You might be a little tired, but that's all the energy you need. So comparing this to cars, for instance, if a car was as efficient as a bike, did you know you could go 733 miles for 1 gallon of fuel? Pretty efficient, right? Imagine getting gas on that type of tank. I wish. This leads me into exercise, as well as, combining into efficiency with bikes. Riding bikes is, a really easy way to stay fit and even be healthy, while getting other tasks done, like going to work, going on a date, or, just going to get food without traffic, which is kind of crazy in SF or most cities. I've seen most Americans are pretty unhealthy and sometimes even overweight. It's funny how obesity in America is one of the largest crises there is. What that means is that, you have a rising rate of diabetes, heart disease, and, a large contribution to this is because people really don't exercise. They say, I don't have enough time, I'm stressed. So I'm really seeing now, in today's perspective, or in perspective today, is that biking could help all of us, especially in San Francisco. San Francisco is a really small city. It's only 47 square miles. That's not big at all. When I was 12 during summer, I used to bike 50 miles a day just for fun with my friends, just going all around Marin. This is in this is in the Bay, Santa Fe. But so basically what I'm trying to say is, heart disease really kills most Americans more than anything else. So how could bikes, kind of help with this? Well, let's just say if you decide I'm gonna, start riding my bike to work 2 days a week, or even school, and it takes you about like 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. Do you know that that's enough exercise to have a healthy heart and a good diet? And along with a good diet, it would definitely lead to a pretty healthy life. But the way I see it with biking is that it's a lazy way to exercise. I don't like exercising, like forcing myself to exercise. I like just doing it, and then at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I actually did exercise. So like, I really don't like getting a gym membership because like I usually feel guilty that I'm never using it, which I usually don't, so I stopped doing it. But you really don't ever have to make time in your day to ride a bike. All you need to do is go from place to place. So to wrap it all up, I really feel like biking can connect you with the world around you, and it really allows you to share with other people. I hope this speech has convinced you to try to pick up a bike one day, just ride it, try it out. Especially in SF. With a bike, you will experience SF fully, because some places, you can't get with a car. You can meet a whole new community as well, and really enjoy nature and the world. You can even just, talk to me. I'll go on a bike ride with you. Rather than going into, a messy gym where it's claustrophobic, personally to me. But yeah, thank you guys all for listening, and I'll see you all next class. Bye.